Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And guys, we're giving away 100 XRP if this video hits 1500 likes today. All you have to do is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. And if you have no idea what to comment, just comment down below if you are bullish or bearish on crypto. Having said that, I think one of the previous videos hit 1400 something likes before the day was over. So it's pretty close, all right? I definitely think you guys can do it. And all you have to do is just press the like button and comment and be subscribed. Having said that, Ripple's first CTO, McCaleb, continues to sell his XRP riches, converting the coins into fiat, and around 537 million XRP remains inside of his wallet. So I actually had quite a lot of people send me this and ask me what this means, what it is all about, and if after this 500, it'll finally be over. Well, I have two things to say about that. One, McCaleb has been selling XRP for years, so him selling 20 million XRP a day right now is definitely not going to be anything crazy. It's not going to cause any extra harm or anything like that. So from that perspective, this all is not too new. Nor is it really a bad thing, mostly on the basis that right now what's happening is McCaleb, a big whale holding XRP, is letting go of his coins, which basically means what Tesla's CEO Elon Musk also said before. It's basically the dream of any big holder. You're getting rid of some centrality, or at least some big whales who don't have the best intentions for the project. Specifically here, McCaleb is definitely quite bearish on XRP. He doesn't want to be involved. He only wants the money from it. Well, let him have his money while the coins are still cheap. I don't really care about it because in the end, somebody else is buying those coins. And, well, we have one less person holding it, holding billions of it, right? So I think that's a good thing all in all, because this would be a lot more detrimental if he kept quiet and all of a sudden started selling like crazy near the top. What is happening right now is, in my opinion, a lot simpler to get over. Now, it also is not the last of his money. He just received 500, I believe, or what? No. So actually, I don't know exactly how much he received just now. It doesn't honestly really matter. But he still has quite a lot of XRP left, and this is most likely not going to be done anytime soon, guys. It will definitely still take a couple more months, so don't worry yourself about this. He has 3 billion coins left or so, 500 million in one specific wallet, more in another wallet, who cares? He keeps getting this sent from Ripple whenever it is almost finished, and he keeps selling according to the previous XRP market volume. I think about 0.1% maybe or so of the volume that he can sell, maybe 1%, I'm not quite sure. Having said that, if you're wondering, wow, what's happening here? Maybe I need to drink some agua, some water, or something like that. Maybe that would be smart. But if you're wondering what platform I am trading on Prime XBT. This is the only platform I'm using for leverage trading right now. Note that that is not the same as buying coins. If I'm buying coins, I'm using something else. But if I am buying these things with leverage, this is what I'm using, mostly because it doesn't crash on me yet, at least. Wow, that's freaking annoying, guys. What's going on? Maybe I don't know. I wanted to say something, but let me not say anything. What I wanted to say was, yeah, this is what I'm using, mostly because it hasn't crashed on me just quite yet. It works like a charm. If you're from the US, make sure you use a VPN because it's not allowed in the US like most exchanges right now. XRP just got taken off because they also have to follow some certain rules. That's just a little bit of a bummer because I also like to trade XRP, but right now I'm mostly doing Bitcoin, working like a charm. And yeah, there's also a pretty big deposit bonus, so go check it out. All right, and then Grayscale parent digital currency group plans to buy $250 million of its own GBTC shares. In a further sign of a shakeup in the institutional market, DCG is eyeing the purchase along with hiring ETF specialists. I've read this article, I've thought about it, and no, I cannot really validate whether or not this is a good or bad thing. The reason I'm not really sure is because them buying it back says two parts. It kind of says they believe in their own thing, they want to buy it back because we know it will make them more money by doing so. In a different sense, it also didn't really specify any reason. It could be a negative thing. Maybe things were doing bad. Well, That would be the case had it not been for this article right here, which is that Grayscale halts GBT inflow after record 15% discount. That makes things a little bit more difficult because now I'm thinking maybe they bought this all or are thinking to buy this because they wanted to halt everything because it was getting too cheap or something like that. And they want to make their own benefit out of all of it. Just a few days after GBTC traded at a 15% discount to its Bitcoin equivalent, Grayscale Investments has temporarily closed the trust to investors, which could be for a multitude of reasons. We don't know exactly why. However, well, it was trading below it for a little while here, and thus a lot of people most likely took advantage of that. We're not sure, but we are assuming that they did. And from that perspective, yeah, I'm also thinking right now that they closed it most likely with that idea in mind, like, hey, we're below it, let's close it up, and let's make some benefit out of it, but we cannot really confirm. And we are also assuming that they are going to have something to do with the ETF in Canada right now, or are going to try and get a US ETF going. I'm not quite sure. Why am I saying that? Well, I wouldn't honestly think they would be interested in an ETF on its own, but they might be interested in working with some ETF. Right? They might be working on getting that integrated in some way, shape, or form on their platform because we said it before, if ETFs come out, Grayscale is most likely going to lose out on a lot of money. Then finance feeds. Ripple response to the SEC charge, Ripple never held an ICO. So honestly, guys, I have been so busy just reading all that has been happening to Ripple/XRP in the recent couple of days, as there are just so many articles written about them, guys. It's honestly mind-boggling how many people are writing about it now and how many people are bringing these articles up. And that is mostly because the SEC has just come back with another reply, like we talked about in the previous video, and it is all so ridiculously confusing because they keep trying to hammer Ripple down. And the reason I'm saying that is because we, for a couple of times, thought it might all be Ripple's plan. It might all be their way of doing all of this, and it might all be for the greater good. But no, the more that this goes on, the more I think Ripple really didn't plan properly for it, because every time they throw something back at the SEC goes 100% extra force to try to dismiss Ripple's claim. It just keeps happening time upon time again, and it really to me shows that the system, which is the SEC, and hopefully not, but possibly the United States judge system or legal system, whatever you want to call it, that they are stacked against Ripple/XRP. I don't know why, but it kind of feels that way with the way that everything is going right now. On a side note, guys, go check out GSX. A link will be down below. It is the first gold-backed coin and the first growth coin. I'm personally hoping to get some crazy returns out of this, but I'm not sure. All right, honestly, it's not my coin or anything like that. It's not like I can magically flicker my wand and boom, we have profits. I know I can lose all my money, and you can too if you put any money into it. Know that, definitely know that. But I still put a couple $1,000s into it, and right now there's an 8% bonus for being early, basically. It's 10 cents a pop, plus you get a 5% bonus for using my link. Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth the risk. I'm hoping to get like a times 25 or so in a pretty short amount of time with stuff like this, but you never really know for certain, right? Honestly, you can never really know. But I am trying it out just like I'm trying out some of these other coins, and I'm hoping for it to go big because, well, there's just like 2 weeks left or so before the sale is over. What if it goes crazy? What if? Maybe it doesn't, but what if it does? Yeah, in my opinion, it's worth the risk. It's worth the risk, but maybe not for you. Just check it out. Then SEC accuses Ripple of diverting court's attention with legally improper defenses. So I've actually checked a little bit like I promised to you guys, and what I noticed is Ripple put up a fair notice defense, right? And the SEC is now claiming that that is not what they could have done. That whole claim of, oh, you should have given these, all the people who asked all the exchanges a fair notice that what they were selling basically or transacting with was illegal, or that they were going to basically sue them eventually. Since they didn't do that, well, it's a little bit strange. The SEC is saying, well, you can't really give that defense. It's not a defense, with the regulatory agency claiming that even if any of Ripple's defenses are proven correct, it would not set forth a legally valid defense to the SEC Section 5 claim against Ripple. Basically meaning, even if, which is basically what's happening in a lot of these motions to dismiss nowadays, even if this fair notice were to be a good defense for Ripple, even though they say it's not proper, it wouldn't really all of a sudden now show why Ripple's XRP wouldn't be a security, or why they didn't sell investment contracts. Because basically Ripple's defense is, well, since you, as the SEC, didn't even provide all these exchanges that it is a security in your opinion, again, is going to be alleged to be a security, then how could we have known? Or in a different sense, how could we should have known? How can you give that claim that we should have known? And why all of a sudden the change of heart? Maybe that's basically the point of it. There's a couple of points which are still vague to understand, and there's a couple discrepancies between some of these stories in the sense that, a lot of these things sound really dumb, but I think that's mostly because it's all just legal bureaucracy type of stuff. They write it like real lawyers and how judges would see it. It's not the way that humans normally would like to interact with each other. It's not normal lines most of the time, because if you really look at it from a normal person's perspective, what the SEC is doing here is not for the people. And there's no way around it. It's not for the people. Then SEC calls Ripple's defense legal and proper in letter to judge, which we saw a little bit earlier. Keep that in the back of your head. YouTube and Ripple settle lawsuit will fund cybercrime nonprofit. That's actually a new part. So that YouTube and Ripple came together on this lawsuit was already known. They had basically we won't tell you about it too much, but we have something figured out tweet. However, this last part I didn't even know. The settlement will see the companies donate an undisclosed amount of money to a nonprofit, which basically is a thing of like, you know what, we cause a lot of harm, so you know what, you just put some into charity, we do it to make sure our name is still solid. At least that's the way that I think this type of stuff is normally going for. It's like, well, we tarnished each other's name, let's put some money into charity to make sure we're all good. That's the way that I like to view all these things, but as of this point, there's still no anything better happening. I mean, we still have a ton of spam in the comment section with all these scammers happening. I don't think YouTube's going to fix that, but I guess we'll see. Right? I guess we'll see. Let's hope that Ripple fixed it. I would be very freaking excited if they did. And then I had one little video right here. I'm going to actually quickly look it up on my phone to also let you listen to this little video. And the reason I sometimes like to do this type of stuff is just because, well, it gives a little bit of a different narrative, right? It just shows you some real people talking real stuff instead of just me talking over all this type of stuff, right? So I'm not going to show you the video. I'm just going to let you hear the sound. So, wait, let me go try once more. Otherwise, I'm going to mess it up.
It's going to be an interesting journey, and we're going to work together, right? Infrastructure providers, Uber, Ripple, we're all going to work together on making this happen. But I think the vision of instant payments being cash substitution is excellent, and it's a real cultural driver for change.
Honestly, on its own, in my opinion, it's already a really interesting point that he brought up here. Like, think about it. Think about it. Think about what the possibilities are. Think about the road that Ripple on its own, but also is that cliche? I don't know. The world is paving for Ripple's technology or for XRP as the bridge currency. The necessity is there. We have talked so many days now about how, from my perspective and from most people's perspective, the technology which XRP uses is just wanted, necessary. Even yesterday, I believe, I showed you guys a video of somebody explaining it was freaking Gary Gensler that bridge currencies are a necessity and that they'll be coming up more and more and more, and that the Nostro-Vostro system, the way it is right now, can be fixed with crypto or distributed ledger technology or blockchain technology, whatever you want to call the ultimate fix. However, what Ripple has, can it be a fix? Yes. Are they trying their best not to let it be it though? Yes too. Even though Ripple is working on their private ledger, which in the end of things will not be hurt at all by the whole SEC's debacle here. To a certain degree, I also believe they just really want to get the escrow in control. Because if you think about it, it's not that they're really against Ripple's way of doing things. It's not really that they're against anything. They just want to allege some stuff versus Ripple, mostly, in my opinion, because they just don't like the control that Ripple has with all the XRP, which could mean two things. It could be that they are afraid that Ripple will be very successful, that they'll have too much money in the company, for example, they'll grow too big, or they'll have too much control over the new payment system they want to get in. On a different sense, it could also be they just think that Ripple is going to do some shady stuff that's going to hurt investors with that money. Both are valid reasons to claim something, yet XRP being a security, that still doesn't fall in the bracket. It's mostly, in my opinion, just that the allocation of money here is too centralized and thus they must maybe change it. That's some argument that the SEC can bring up. Is that justified? Well, no, not really following the law because, well, it's still decentralized. I mean, it's not like it's really Ripple's money, if you get me. It's still a decentralized asset. And so if they hold a lot, well, they're just like another provider holding a lot of oil or diamonds or whatnot. It's skewed, yes, but it's not necessarily illegal in that sense. Would I be for a change? I could say okay. I wouldn't be opposed to it, at least. If, for example, they were to come up with a structure where Ripple puts that money into some different non-profits in the end of things, where their goal is to not make money with Ripple, but to make the system better, and help XRP out from that nonprofit, I wouldn't be against it, because I still think they could do a lot. And the only problem is, well, they won't make a lot of money off stocks then, right? They won't make a lot of money off the Ripple stock. But I don't really care about that. As long as I'm not involved with Ripple, I don't. And that's another fun part. Whatever way we view it, we are not involved with Ripple. People saying, oh, investment contract, this, I don't know why they made it up. I think just because people lost some money, they try to recoup it now. But honestly, there's almost no way that people see this as an investment contract. I don't think any of us has ever had real contact with Ripple to just explain that they want to buy something from them. No, so yeah, whatever. That was it for today's video. Go check out GSX. Go follow me over on Twitter. The name on there is TheDustyVC. You know it. Go check it out. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. I messed up somewhere in the middle, so I have to do an edit. It's going to take me 40 minutes because I'm dumb. But I'll see you guys again in another one.